Okay. motion to close session, to adjourn closed session?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. We're convening the Rialto Unified School District Board meeting, the open session at 7:32 p.m. And we will now, ta-da! Tonight, we have a full school board meeting, but first, let's have Trapp Elementary School fourth grade student Nzinga Sarai Walker Jennings, who also happens to be my daughter, lead us in the flag salute.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Get up on the, there's no little stand for it. No. They can't see.
Okay, put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated.
Thank you, Nzinga. Now, selected Trapp students will be performing She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain, a piece from their fourth grade Gold Rush program under the direction of Trapp Elementary School teachers, Mrs. Becky Hollis and Mr. Andrew Fargenston.
She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Toot, toot. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Toot, toot. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Toot, toot. She'll be driving 6 white horses when she comes. Whoa, back. She'll be driving 6 white horses when she comes. Whoa, back. She'll be driving 6 white horses. She'll be driving 6 white horses. She'll be driving 6 white horses when she comes. Whoa, back, toot, toot. We'll all go out to meet her when she comes. Hi, babe. Oh, we'll all go out to meet her when she comes. Hi, babe. Oh, we'll all go out to meet her. We'll all go out to meet her. Oh, we'll all go out to meet her when she comes. Hi, babe. Whoa, back, toot, toot. She'll be wearing red pajamas when she comes. Scratch, scratch. She'll be wearing red pajamas when she comes. Scratch, scratch. She'll be wearing red pajamas. She'll be wearing red pajamas. She'll be wearing red pajamas when she comes. Scratch, scratch. Hi, babe. Whoa, back. Toot, toot. She'll have to sleep with grandma when she comes. She snores. Oh, she'll have to sleep with grandma when she comes. She snores. Oh, she'll have to sleep with grandma. She'll have to sleep with grandma. Oh, she'll have to sleep with grandma when she comes. She snores. Scratch, scratch. Hi, babe. Whoa, back. Toot, toot. Oh, we'll all eat chicken and dumplings when she comes. Yum, yum. Oh, we'll all eat chicken and dumplings when she comes. Yum, yum. Oh, we'll all have chicken and dumplings. We'll all have chicken and dumplings. Oh, we'll all have chicken and dumplings when she comes. Yum, yum. She snores. Scratch, scratch. Hi, babe. Whoa, back. Toot, toot. Oh, we'll all sing hallelujah when she comes. Hallelujah. Oh, we'll all sing hallelujah when she comes. Hallelujah. Oh, we'll all sing hallelujah. We'll all sing hallelujah. Oh, we'll all sing hallelujah when she comes. Hallelujah. Yum, yum. She snores. Scratch, scratch. Hi, babe. Whoa, back. Toot, toot.
Good job.
Thank you again to Trapp Principal, Ms. Dominguez, the Trapp staff, and parents, and all who've come here to support our students' performances. Yay! We'll now have a report out of closed session.
Yes, we have several. The Board of Education accepted the request for a leave of absence for classified employee number 1779027, May 10th, 2017 through November 10th, 2017. The roll call vote was unanimous. The Board of Education took action to impose a 10-day unpaid suspension on classified employee number 1148927. The roll call vote was unanimous. The Board of Education took action to impose an 8-day unpaid suspension on certificated employee number 1658817. The roll call vote was unanimous. That's all we have.
Okay, thank you. We'll move to the adoption agenda, but before that, we'll have one item that will be removed. The board would like to remove item number, section reference J 2.1 of the agenda. That will be under the place on the 39th month hold reemployment list, will be removed. May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved, as amended.
Yes, thank you. Can I have a second?
I just want to make sure we're doing it right. We're just removing one item off reference J 2.1, correct?
Right, one item, which is the place for Esther Munoz.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you. May I have a second?
We have a second.
Excellent. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No abstentions? Okay.
We forgot the preferential vote
And-
for Jawan.
I'm sorry, Joanna.
That's all right.
Presentations, middle school presentations. Jawan Collier, please.
First, we have from Colt Middle School, Gino Roden and Carolina Sarabia.
Good evening, Honorable Board of Education, Superintendent Dr. Avila, and viewing audience. I'm Gina Rolton, President of the Mighty Cove Cougars, and I'm so excited to be here to tell you all about the things at our school for the last time. Last month, Colb's ASB had a splash welcoming second graders to Cougar Country for our Earth Day skit sponsored by Viola. Later that same evening, we opened our doors to over 150 of our incoming sixth graders and their families for sixth grade orientation. Students enjoyed dinner, learned about various clubs on campus, met with faculty, discussed exciting new class opportunities, then ranked their elective choices for next year. ASB has kicked off our Many Moods of May month of celebrations with our staff. Today's countdown marks 17 more days with another teacher about shout out and more goodies in the teacher's boxes. Tomorrow, Starbucks is donating a special surprise for each of our teachers in honor of National Teacher Appreciation Week. And later this month, our very own local coffee house, Coffee Nuts, is providing coffee to kickstart their morning. Every day this month, we are celebrating all of our victories and accomplishments together as a Cougar family. Next week, our entire 8th grade class is going to Cal Skate to enjoy a day off campus before our finals. On last day of school, PTSA is hosting a barbecue in honor of our moving on to high school. And let's not forget to mention the installation of large metal PBIS expectation signs throughout the campus that remind students to be respectful, responsible, and safe in all areas of our campus. And lastly, we would like to thank everyone for giving us the chance to be here and brag about the greatness of our school.
It truly has been an honor to be your DSAG representative for the 2016-2017 school year. Thank you.
Next, we have Christian Flores from J. Middle School.
Good evening, Honorable Board, President Walker, and Superintendent Avila, and viewing audience. I'm Christian Flores, President from Jehu Middle School. As the 2016-2017 school year has come to an end, we look back on the year. We won't shed a tear. It was a lot of fun and kept us on our toes. We made it through power outages without losing steam and held dances and rallies to cheer on our team. We also recently crowned a new queen and king. Tests have been taken and hopefully passed, and we tried our best to show the knowledge we learned in class. We still need to welcome the 5th graders with a dance and a tour before all the 8th graders head out the door. And there is going to still be a staff versus student football game to take place. Maybe this year the students will finally win. I don't know. We thank Rialto High for hosting us at Future Nights Day and welcoming us all. The trip has us looking forward to the fall. My time is growing short, but I want you to know that JHU has some marvelous staff, and we want to recognize them. Miss Jackson and Miss Martinez, we realize your talent and appreciate all you do for our students on campus. We'd like to congratulate our counselor, Miss Ross, on her retirement. Giving 19 years to JHU was never more well spent. 8th grade celebration is right around the corner, and then on to summer, which is never a bore. A huge Jaguar thank you to our parents and teachers for their patience and time. It is now time for me to close out the rhymes. This is Christian Flores saying for the last time, Jaguars, giving our best, never settling for less. Have a great evening and a summer vacation, everyone.
That is all, President Walker. That's it.
Oh, that's it. Oh, okay. Next, we'll have Lefty's Reading Challenge presentation by Jasmine Valenzuela, lead academic agent, liberal arts and literacy intervention. No?
Here she comes.
Oh. Well, she actually works here.
Thank you. Well, good evening, Board
evening.
President Dina Walker and board members, Dr. Avila, and viewing audience. It's my pleasure this evening, in recognition of our early literacy initiative called Literacy, the Bridge to Success, and our commitment to prepare all students to succeed, the Rialto Unified School District would like to highlight the need for all students being ready by 3rd grade, reading at grade level. And so I'd like to say that all elementary schools were invited to participate in a special opportunity for their students sponsored by the Auto Club Speedway. And the Auto Club Speedway developed a highly successful reading incentive program called Lefty's Reading Challenge. The Speedway invited schools across San Bernardino County to participate in this program. In exchange for reading books, participating students in classrooms earned admission for themselves and their parents and guardians to the Auto Club Speedway NASCAR Racing weekend event that was held on March 24th and 25th. 17 of 19 of our elementary schools participated in Lefty's Reading Challenge. And so I invite Dr. Avila, if he would please come up and join me on this. Our top 3 schools in the Lefty's Reading Challenge will be receiving a really nice certificate and also school-wide pencils for all students. But before we mention our schools, I'd like to give honorable mention to our teachers who participated with 100% class participation in this challenge. And so we have Laura Muriel from Curtis Elementary School, Carolyn Ochoa, Narda Solorzano, and Nina Cerno from Morris Elementary School, and Robert Blorsma from Hugh Banks Elementary School, and Yesenia Guzman from Bemis. Just give them a round of applause. Now, our top 3 schools, with our 3rd place winner in our district, we have Hugh Banks Elementary School. Dr. Avila. Good job. Our 2nd place winner was Morris. Oh, I would like to say that Hugh Banks students read 6,060 books. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Good job. Our 2nd place winner was Morris Elementary School with 6,600 books. Here you go, Doctor. And then our first place winner with 8,340 books is Simpson Elementary School. And they also get a great bag that says, I love to read. If we could have the board please come forward and take a picture with our school winners for reading so many books.
Perfect. So everybody look right over here. Give a big smile. 1, 2, 3. Take one more. 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
All right. Once again, congratulations and thank you. Big round of applause.
Next, we'll have a presentation on the use of college readiness funds by Dr. Edward D'Souza, Lead Academic Agent, Math Science, and College and Career Pathways. Dr. D'Souza. Are we doing a...
So while he's getting the presentation down, and thank you, Honorable Board of Education, Superintendent Avila, for giving us this time to present. We actually are talking about college readiness, but we're exemplifying one program, which is our AVID program, and AVID stands for Advancement via Individual Determination. I also want to thank Mr. Michael Wynn, who helped to put this presentation together for tonight. So just to give you a little bit of history about AVID, AVID started out in San Diego at Claremont High School, but in the Inland Empire, we were the second district who brought AVID into our district in 1989, I want to say. But Colton High School was the first district, and Rialto was the second. And I was actually fortunate to go through that training, which really changed my life, to see how we can get more kids involved in college and how we can make a difference in students' lives. One of the things that AVID does, it does look at kids who have high test scores but have average grades or low grades, and there's a big discrepancy, and how do we get those kids to be college ready? And that's what the whole purpose of AVID is, to get more kids college ready, to be able to get kids whose parents have never gone to college, to give them that opportunity and that structure to be able to go to college. So if you look at the data first on AVID, you would see that for each of our 3 high schools, and I'm going in the last column for this year, 93% of our AVID kids, and 2 are still on the waiting list. Eisenhower 97.5, and as you can see, there's healthy competition between the 3 schools. Rialto High School is 97.6%. While we have a UC A through G, which might be, at 45% or at 42.9%, our kids who are in AVID are reaching the A through G rate at a much higher rate, at the 93, 97, and 97.6%. Also, if you look at the AVID enrollment, because of our college readiness funds that had gone down a little bit lower in the 15-16 year, it actually has risen up again at 283, 330, and 328. One of our goals is to make each of our high schools an AVID demonstration school, and to be an AVID demonstration school, you have to have the right tutor ratio, you have to have your teachers trained in AVID methodologies, and we have been really fortunate to work with personnel who has helped us to get a lot of tutors this year. And also we're trying to get our seniors who are leaving so that they can come back and be tutors in those AVID classes. Go ahead. Okay, so we're going to hear from the 3 coordinators from the high school, and I'm proud to report that the coordinator at Carter High School and the coordinator at Eisenhower High School are former students of the district, and both have given a lot back, and actually going to see that each of the schools and their principals are here tonight. Will talk about some of the things that they have done with the college readiness money for AVID.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Patrick Kimmons. I'm the AVID coordinator at Rialto High School. You see the statistics up on the screen of our program right now. We're right near 300 students. Attendance rate is 98%, which is about 1.5% higher than the normal general population. We have a small senior class this year, it's a little bit low. It's gonna be a lot bigger next year, but they're very strong this year. We had all 42 are on track to meet the A through G requirements. 41 have completed at least 2 AP classes. 37 have completed 3 or more. 41 students have received a college acceptance. We have a total now of 170 total college acceptances for our AVID students. I'm going to step aside and actually give you guys some time to listen to one of our AVID students. This is Leslie Sanchez. She's the junior class president.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Leslie Sanchez. I'm an 11th grader at Rialto High School. This is my 3rd year enrolled in the AVID program and my 2nd year as the AVID president. In all honesty, AVID has benefited me in many different ways, starting from the moment I first joined the program to this moment today. The AVID program started off teaching me the high school requirements and the college requirements I am required to fulfill in order to get into a 4-year university, which was and continues to be the one goal that I am certain of. Throughout all 3 years, I have received lots and lots of help with academic skills, improvement for my grandiloquent vocabulary, and preparation for important exams, and what I will need to know when I get to the stage of my college registrations. Although academics are a very significant focus of the AVID program, AVID has also helped me significantly socially and with my own individualism. I have become a lot more social, a lot more outgoing, and independent throughout the years. Trust me, if at the beginning I wouldn't have even considered speaking here in front of everybody today. AVID has not only prepared me for what is going on at the moment, but each year it has prepared me for what awaits me in the following year. And all of the things AVID has taught me throughout the years and everything yet to come are all things that will stay with me through my academic career and along with everything that I learned throughout life, and everything will stay with me throughout the rest of my life. Thank you.
Thank you, Leslie. We're doing a very big effort to try to bring the AVID culture school-wide. We're trying to bring a lot of clubs and activities into our events and try to get the word out there and try to appeal to more students. One of the things we do every year is our Harvest Festival. We do this in the fall. And we have all the clubs, well, any club that's interested anyway, be involved with this event. They have their booths, they have food booths, we play games. This year we raised $6,000 for clubs on campus. We started college application day this year. We did a little dry run. Next year will be full blown. Pull a day aside just for seniors to work on college applications and financial aid packages. Well, financial aid applications, I should say. We started a Parent Institute last year. We had one this year. This is student-led seminars that kind of teach about the AVID program, college entrance requirements, so that the parents can learn about those and help us prepare our students for these things as well. We have a JHU Recruiting Day this year. We went down and spent the day at JHU in 8th grade social studies classes to recruit and spread the message of AVID beyond just the AVID sections. And finally this year, RIMS AVID, that is our region, it's Riverside, Inyo, Mono, San Bernardino counties. They awarded 34 scholarships of $1,000 each, and 2 Rialto High students, Mariela Perez and Carlos Zermeno, received one of those awards this year. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening. I'm Deanna Stewart-Story. I'm the AVID coordinator. I'm also one of the 2 former Rialto Unified. I went to Trapp, Kolb, and Eisenhower. So I've got Miriam Aguirre, my AVID junior teacher, with us, and we've got Nathaniel, one of our AVID seniors, with us. As you can see with all of our statistics up there, we've got 272 students in our program. Our attendance rate is also at 98%, whereas CHS is at 96.5. So our AVID kids show up more regularly than the regular students on campus. All of our AVID seniors are on track to meet A to G requirements. 46 of our 56 have completed at least 1 AP class. 52 have already received at least 1 offer of admission from universities. We're still got some on waitlisted from Cal Poly Pomona. All of our AVID classes, we had an 85.66 of all of our AVID students, that's 9 through 12, had C or better in their A to G classes first semester. So almost 86% of our kids are passing their core classes, which is huge. And 100% of all of our seniors have completed community service. The seniors who have been in Avid since freshman year, which is 81%, did at least 100 hours of community service over the last 4 years. So, Nate, do you want to talk really quickly, just introduce yourself and kind of...
Hello, my name is Nathaniel Omaoje, and I'm a graduating senior at Carter High School. I would have to say Avid has really prepared me coming forward. At first, I come from 2 immigrant parents, so we had no idea about college, but Avid has really instilled all the deadlines and necessary things I needed to do to prepare and succeed. And so thanks to Avid, I was able to receive admissions for some of the nation's top schools such as UC Berkeley and UCLA, and I decided I'll be going to UCLA next year thanks to Avid. And that's a little bit about me and what Avid has done for me.
Those are just some of the events we've done on our campus. Parent nights, guest speakers. We had Senator Connie Leyva come and meet with all of our Avid kids. We're doing College T-shirt Wednesday. Our big one, though, this year, first time ever, we were able to take our junior Avid class on a Northern California trip. And this is the video. There's no audio, or there is. Okay. So, go ahead and talk about the new students that are...
Yeah, we had one of our Avid juniors, Mia Lara, who created this video. She put it together. She's the one, and you'll see her several times in here. I'll point her out when I see her. But we had a great trip. We visited 7 different universities. Students got to tour the campuses, really got to eat in the dining halls. That's UC Merced. It was beautiful. We really appreciate it, and the kids had a great time. That's Mia Laura.
Yeah, I think one of the most important things we found from the kids when they were doing this and even taking all the pictures was that schools they thought were going to be amazing, they realized, I don't really like this one that much. And ones they thought we're going there, they ended with, I really love that school, I'm going to apply. So I think really them getting to have that experience of walking on those campuses, being able to see that college experience allowed them to make some decisions that a lot of them were thinking, oh yeah, Berkeley. Then they walked on Berkeley, I like Sacramento State better. So it was a really interesting thing, getting them on those campuses. We can say all we want in the classroom, but this trip, I think, was huge for our kids and kind of making some decisions and seeing what's really out there.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Vinny Ressa. I'm the Avid coordinator at Eisenhower High School. I also attended Eisenhower High School, graduated from Rialto in 1994, and that's only because they opened it near my home. Otherwise, I would have stayed at Eisenhower. So to go over some of the statistics. So myself, I joined the Avid program. I first started creating a film for the program because I wanted to make sure that it had a good image. And by learning more about the program, I became more interested and was recruited into the program, and now I'm the coordinator. That's the way that works. Okay, now in 2016, we have 50 to 57 Avid seniors get accepted to 4-year, and we've grown drastically over the last year. 40 to 41, 40 of the 41 were accepted to 4-year, and we had a wonderful acceptance rate, and the number of Avid sections has steadily increased. So there are some growing pains with any building of a program. With the introduction of the paths that we're introducing, we're going to experience a little bit of hit to the program, but it's not because of our image. Our image is growing, and more students are interested in the program. So that being said, if you can go to the next one. Thank you very much. I'd like to introduce Mr. Collier, the next President of the United States.
I think I'm gonna get up.
All right.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jawan Collier. I am a 6-year Avid student. I started in the 7th grade, I think. And just starting from so young, I only joined Avid because of field trips. In middle school, you go from elementary where everyone goes to field trips. In middle school, nobody went to field trips except Avid. And that was the only reason why I joined Avid. And had no intentions on going to college or anything like that. I was just living life. And just the field trips themselves impact the kids so much. It really applies like what you see yourself in the future. How I see Avid, I see it as a I was just thinking of the word too. It's very I forgot the word, but it's very important to have around kids because they won't know what they want to do unless they're in a program that gives them options. And Avid, I can say, is a program that gives a kid options on what they want to do in life and different aspects of life, starting from college and working and just thinking about different things. It keeps you thinking. And that's one thing that I myself have learned from Avid, and hope that everyone else would go and pursue a pathway to Avid. So thank you guys.
So just like Jawan was talking about, the only reason he got into the Avid was the field trips, and it is a very attractive offer. And so one of the things that I was talking about earlier is changing the image, because a lot of the times going to college isn't always necessarily the image that people look up to, even though we're trying to change that mindset. And so one of the things that we had the opportunity to do this year is we took the junior class trip to 7 Northern California colleges, and we'll be showing a video shortly that we use also for recruiting into the program. So the students get exposure to a lot of universities that they wouldn't necessarily have. And so the other thing, so we're using that for the junior class to try to make sure that the underclassmen have something to look forward to. And something that we did this year is we provided 8 university field trips to Southern California. We saw the San Diego schools, the LA schools, and the schools near here. Now, one of the things about the Avid program, it's not just about preparing the students for college, but it's also preparing their character to make sure that they can persevere through any adversity. And so one of the things that we really worked towards this year was expanding community service opportunities, because the students, as soon as they get exposure to that, they feel a connection to their community and want to try harder, look for purpose and reason for what they do. One of the things we signed up for was We Day through We Schools. It's a community service program that offers the students an opportunity to work both locally and globally. And we had a field trip to the Great Western Forum that was, it was a concert, had many guest speakers hosted by Selena Gomez. We've been getting a lot of guest speakers in to expose the students to many careers, because a lot of the careers that students know of are lawyers, doctors, firefighters, policemen, and they don't know a lot of the fields that they actually want to pursue. And so we're getting a lot of guest speakers in there, both for colleges too, to allow them different exposure to those. The Teens Make a Difference, we collaborated with internship, and so we had a lot more students that were not only in the Avid program, the internship program, but along with our video production, we've been getting the word out to make sure that all of our campus is working out in the community. The Friday Team Builders, again, working on that image, making sure that we're also having fun, even though we're working hard. And again, the culture, the image. So every Tuesday, we dress professionally, and we have College Shirt Thursdays. And the teachers on our campus buy into that. So that gets the students to buy into that. And we also started a new video that has the teachers. We have signs that go all over the campus, ask me about college. And so we're doing video interviews with the teachers that are helping the students have access to that kind of information. Eagerness to Learn Wednesday, all of it has to do with Ike Mob. E is for the eagerness to learn in Ike Mob. And so all the teachers have opened up their classroom Wednesdays and allow for special tutoring for those students. The Step Up Community Service and Tutoring Opportunity, so that's every Saturday. We're offering opportunities around here locally. And then with the help of the tutors, the way the schedule worked out this year, we were able to send tutors into content classes, and we have now 50% of our staff trained in Avid strategies. So we're getting more of the Avid strategies taught in the content classes, and we're making that progress to go school-wide. So we've done a lot of things. I have my goals set big and large, and there's going to be some road bumps, but we're going to build that program to make sure that we're school-wide and the flagship of the community. Next up.
You go, Vinny.
So I just wanted to close with one video. We have several videos that are available online. Quick selfish plug. If you check out our Eisenhower webpage and on video production, you'll be able to see many of the videos that we produce that help promote our programs available at Eisenhower. Now, the video, please.
So I do want to say we have a lot of dedicated teachers who have given their lives to make a difference in our students' lives. I also want to say that one thing that was mentioned a lot was the strategy. So a student does not have to be in an Avid elective class, but the goal is get those strategies school-wide. And the strategies are called the Wicker method, which is writing, inquiry, collaboration, organization, and reading. And our goal is to have all our secondary schools to use those strategies so that our kids would be able to, get the same thing, not in an Avid elective. So I would end with that, and I also want to thank the principals who have actually supported these programs and are, wanting to expand it as much as possible to give more kids a chance to get to college. Are there any questions?
No, just that was a great presentation, and Avid is a phenomenal program, and I've said for years that Avid strategies are the best, and I'm glad we're in a big push now to get them school-wide and hopefully see the results.
Thank you.
And I want to say hi, Deanna, my former student, and hi, Vinny, drama teacher and Avid teacher at Eisenhower.
So I might need some of the teachers to help me with the questions, yeah? Go ahead.
You are probably going to need your coordinators back in the room. For the other board members, do you have any questions for the presentation? So I have just a few questions, and they are going to be based on school-based as well. So if I can have the coordinators from the schools. So where are we at? I'm going to start with Mr. I have a TV production studio. So for Eisenhower. Yes. So you all had 41 students. What does your freshman class look like for this year?
Yeah, this current year we had 4 Avid classes. That's about 140-ish. Oh, sorry. We had 4 Avid freshman classes, all full, so 140-ish.
About 140?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And there is some attrition along the way.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, well, so this is the first time that we had 4 freshman classes.
Okay.
There is going to be a flux. We're only going to have 3 next year based to the introduction of the paths. And so along those lines, where the AVID program does fight to keep those students A through G eligible, sometimes they aren't able to do so and end up they're not making A through G, and so we have to supplement those classes, and then that's why they end up leaving the program, if that occurs.
Okay. So they're leaving the program, and I'm assuming this is across district-wide. They're leaving the program because if they're not being able to stay A through G compliant, then they're exited out?
No, that not always, because we still have a strong percentage of students that aren't A through G that we are getting accepted to 4-year universities, such as the private schools, La Sierra, CBU, and that sort of thing.
Right.
So next year we'll have we'll have 2 senior classes, but they'll be larger, and then the following year 3.
So no, my question was about being exited out. You
Oh.
mentioned about if they're not compliant through A through G, that's is looking at the attrition rate that gets to the senior attrition.
That's one of the components. There would be several things that would have to happen to the student in order for them to exit.
Okay, but them not being A through G compliant.
That's not the sole, right?
Okay,
So
is
that
one.
that is
Okay.
one. Yep.
So that was my other question. And then you talked about a lot of things. I'm really excited about the things that you guys are doing. A breadth of information and resources you're providing to your campus. How has just the culture of the school, has it changed a lot with some of these activities that you've been doing?
Yeah, drastically. I don't know, Jawan, if you want to talk about some of the things, some of the changes you have seen on the.
Well, just with eagerness to learn, I know a
Okay.
lot of kids that go into their teachers' classes. I go to my teachers' classes almost every day, and I see a lot of my friends in there. So eagerness to learn, for one thing, is very important to our school, I guess.
And that's across the campus, whether they're in an AVID quote unquote cohort or not.
It's for
They're
everyone.
participating. You're saying, okay, excellent. Thank you. Sir.
Yeah, and so we also live by the PBIS stuff. So because I've been kind of involved in a lot of things, so I kind of embed everything in everything.
Okay.
So the PBIS and the Ike Mob core values: integrity, kindness, eagerness to learn,
Motivation,
ownership,
be respectful.
and be respectful. So all those things are going not just for full force in the AVID program, but school-wide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. And so that just leads me to Carter. Carter, your your senior class, your freshman class. What does your freshman cohort look like this year?
Our freshman cohort's about 78, I think.
And how many classes?
We have 3 sections of freshman AVID, 3 sections of sophomore AVID, 2 junior AVID, and 2 senior AVID.
Okay.
So, and a lot of our numbers, our attrition rate actually happens just because of students deciding whether or not they want to stay in AVID, or if they want to go do ASB, or they want to do speech and debate, or if they want to try one of the other, like ROTC. Because of the way there's only so many classes they can take in order to meet their A to G requirements, most of the students can't do ASB and AVID and still be A to G eligible. So we lose some kids to, I want to do sports PE because my coach really wants me to be in 6th period PE all 4 years. Well, that means you can't do AVID all 4 years because there's not enough classes available to get all their credits for college. So we lose a lot of kids just for, there's only so many periods a day that they can take their classes and still get eligible for college.
Okay. So, okay, that was my question for you. Thank you, Carter. And then Rialto, same question. What's your freshman cohort look like for 2016, 2017?
This year we have 3 sections. I think we have about 88 freshmen. Next year we're looking at about 114 coming in. So that's going to be coming up. Our sophomore class, we have 4 sophomore classes. We're looking at 4 junior classes next year, 3 juniors this year, and 2 senior classes.
Okay.
And something else I wanted to add about the attrition rate a little bit. We do have high expectations of our AVID students. I think all the schools have them sign a contract at the beginning of the year, not just for grades, but for behavior, conducting themselves on campus. We have extracurricular activity requirements, community service requirements to get them to fatten up that resume they need for college. Some students don't always make the cut on that. Their grades suffer. They might drop below 2.5. They might fail A through G classes. A lot of times it comes to senior year, and we've got to get them to graduate first. If they can't do that while being AVID, we got to make sure they're in class to get those things done. Also, some of those behavioral citizenship kind of things that might get some kids out as well.
So my other question just for Rialto was around the Parent Institute.
Mhm.
So how was that? How did the students come together to put that together? How was it received?
It's
You
been
know.
received very well the last 2 years. We planned it ahead of time. Obviously, we picked topics that we think will be important for the parents to know. We helped the students organize the PowerPoint presentations, and then they're student-led. This year, we changed it a little bit, and in years past, it was Spanish then English, so the presenters kind of alternated. This year, we did separate presentations. So we had an all Spanish presentation for a topic and an all English presentation for the topic. We also had a special, just entire event long one for the senior parents to talk about financial aid, because it was the time that the financial aid packages started coming in, so we can help them decipher the weird language that they have on the financial aid letters. Things that the students have to worry about, preparing them for life in dorms. I gave them a checklist of things that they would need for dorms. We talked about some of that transition to college issues with the senior parents.
Okay. Thank you. Other questions for the court?
So Ms. Walker,
Okay,
I just want
yes.
to add, with the curriculum being more A through G, as you can see, we're trying to make that the default curriculum, so more kids will have that A through G automatically, so they don't will not be taking A through G classes as we move along and do that, you know.
Thank you, Dr. D'Souza. Thank you for the presentation. Next, we'll have comments from the public. Public comments from the floor. At this time, any person wishing to speak on any item on the agenda will be granted 3 minutes. Do we have any?
Yeah, that's not on the agenda.
That's, what did I just read?
You read on.
Not on the agenda.
Yes, we do. We have several.
Okay.
First, we have Laura Goodlow.
Okay, good evening. Sorry, I was coming from the back there.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening, board members, community members, and viewing audience. Tonight I'm here to talk to you. I'm Laura Goodlow. I'm a teacher at Frisbee Middle School, parent of an Eisenhower Eagle. I could name a lot more things, but I won't. Okay. Tonight I'm here to talk to you about some of the positive things that are happening at Frisbee Middle School. Excuse me, as well as some upcoming events, okay? So tomorrow evening, May 4th at 6 p.m., our drama troupe is hosting their annual spring play. This year's play is entitled Complaint Department and Lemonade, and it's not about the district office, okay? Our band's annual spring concert is Thursday, May 11th at 6 p.m. at Frisbee Middle School, and the entry fee is $1. Frisbee Middle School received a beautification grant, and on May 10th at 10 a.m. we will be having a tree planting and beautification ceremony that we invite you all to attend. Okay. The other thing is that Frisbee Middle School is in the process of becoming a school-wide AVID campus, so we're trying to transition our kids to the high school and get them ready for AVID as well. We have received a 7-year Gear Up grant.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Our middle school has the largest amount of after-school clubs on our campus, so that's an amazing thing that we have at Frisbee. And that our career day has been duplicated by many other schools, middle schools. This year we had at least 60 community members come and give presentations to all the students there and speak to our kids. So we've been talking about a lot of not so great things, so we wanted to share with you some good things that happen at our school. Okay, thank you guys.
Thank
Have
you.
a good evening.
Next, we have Tina Sanchez.
Buenas noches a todos. Okay. My name is Tina Sanchez, resident of Rialto and employee of Rialto Unified School District. I will start by responding to Mr. Montes' comments made at the April 5th board meeting. Quote, "No one lasts forever. People come and people go." That was a cold and insensitive comment. So my question to you, Mr. Montes, how do you make a decision to shorten a leader's employment of 25 years at Rialto Unified School District without a valid reason? To the board, don't you think that when you're asked to vote in favor of a pink slip for an employee of 25 years, you should ask more questions, ask for evidence, or maybe even a current evaluation? Where's your responsibility as making sure that any new superintendent can't come and just start cleaning house based on whatever reasons they choose? Board, I ask you to please put a policy in place. Mr. Martinez, you stated that for the last 2 years, the community has been requesting change and that 40,000 community members voted Mr. O out. I'm an active community member as a resident of Rialto. My children are a product of Rialto Unified School District. I can guarantee you that the 40,000 that you claim are probably more like 4 parents who were made to follow rules and retaliated, or just didn't get their way, and not 40,000 disgruntled citizens. Or is Mr. O's release a case of a squeaky wheel in which a parent had her child's suspension overturned by a director in this audience because the site's administrators wouldn't break the rules for her? But that was not sufficient. Then the same director also forced our assistant principal to remove the suspension code from the student's attendance record and to give the student a perfect attendance award, adding insult to injury. We know that that's an ed code violation and an illegal act since the student was not physically at school. This student caused physical harm to another student, and the incident was grounds for suspension. So I ask you, board members, Dr. Avila, do you approve of these unethical decisions and actions? Because your actions do not go unnoticed. This information regarding this incident and illegal action taken by this director were shared with you, the superintendent, March 29, 2017. And to this day, nothing has been done to rectify this issue. Also, I have been listening to speakers claiming how wonderful the superintendent is. These are the same people that in the past have been at the podium expressing disappointment towards the district. I'm glad that everything is better for them, but it's not better for everyone. In some cases, the fact is that maybe probably beyond better for them. At this time, I'm going to present you, the board members, photographs of these same speakers that the superintendent supports and that actually attend private social events, rubbing elbows with board members and the superintendent. I find this to be a conflict of interest as some receive paychecks from the district. And yes, it's okay that you hold a personal connection with these people, but not when these are the same groups coming around schools, harassing and attacking and filing complaints on specific administrators, which the intention of getting rid of them. Which leads me to believe that the Rialto Unified School District has now initiated Rialto Unified District Little Mafia.
Thank you.
I am in
3 minutes of
disbelief
thank you. Your 3 minutes.
I would appreciate if you would let me just finish my speech. I know that in the past you granted other people.
I have. And tonight we're going to abide by the
Right.
3 minutes for
In the
everyone,
past, we've been
please.
encouraged to share our opinions and concerns. So I think I'm wasting more time by having this conversation. Can I just finish my speech?
I would like you to, we need to move to the next speaker.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Michelle Ramirez.
Good evening. Tonight I would like to discuss hiring the right qualified people to run district departments. Specifically, my concern tonight is in regards to hiring qualified special ed director, a position that's going to soon need to be filled. For years, our district has been out of compliance in special ed, and in the last couple years, we have had 3 highly qualified people in this director position that came to us with extensive experience. They work diligently to start sorting everything out. Then they realize that they need to put their foot down on certain things and make some changes to get us back in compliance. However, parents who are used to getting everything they want through complaining begin to complain, and you do not back your director 100%. I believe that if you have a highly qualified person in this position and you back this person's decisions and actions 100%, we would be successful, because a new director every year is not the answer. My request is twofold tonight. First, our district must have a highly qualified special ed director. Right now, the qualifications for this position are extremely minimal. In fact, it does not even require this person to have a special ed, It does not even require this person to have any special education experience, credential, or even any background at all. How do you expect someone to come in knowing nothing of special ed and be a successful director and fix our compliance issues? That sounds even crazy just even saying it out loud. A special ed director with no experience whatsoever? Tonight I am requesting that the requirements for this position be changed. Here is a copy of Fontana's special ed. Thank you. Here's a copy of the Fontana Special Ed Director position as an example. It states, in addition to other criteria, that the director must have a master's degree in special ed and at least 3 years of leadership experience in special education. And the closest we come to asking for any special ed background is 5 years teaching experience required. We'd prefer if it was in special education. For a director, this is not going to rise us up out of the cycle of dysfunction. As a district trying to create positive change, we need to set our standards high and never settle for anything less. And I'm positive, board members and Dr. Avila, that you would agree we need to search for the most highly qualified person for this job and not stop looking until we find them. I would also like to believe that our strong advocates that speak out almost every board meeting fighting for the justice of our special education students would be on board with this request 100%. If highly qualified personnel are not your priority, then the agenda of the district needs to be questioned. Could you please address in your wrap-up tonight your thoughts in raising our district's requirements for this position and address when it can be done? In addition, the person chosen for this job must be able to prove their experience by making necessary changes, running the department as they see fit to get us back on track, all the while being supported by this district 100%, including not interfering or giving in to parent complaints. Oversee and support, make sure they are doing okay, but don't interfere unless you see errors being made. Give it time, wait for a positive change. Thank you.
Tobin Brinker.
Good evening, board and superintendent and audience. I'm here tonight to share some good news. One of my colleagues already mentioned it, but we're going to be planting some trees at Frisbee. Next week on Wednesday the 10th at 10 a.m. You're all invited. You should have received an email today. As you remember, last year we got a grant for 50 trees. We're super excited, and we want to have you come out, and we'll have the shovels ready, and we're going to dig and plant some trees. Hopefully we're going to have a lot of community support and a lot of, obviously we're going to have a lot of kids out there working as well. Should be a lot of fun, and the end result is going to be a beautiful new amenity there at Frisbee Middle School. The second thing I wanted to say tonight was a big thank you to Board Member Joy Ayala for coming to Frisbee today and meeting with teachers first and then with the group of parents. We said at the last meeting that we wanted to begin to work with you on positive change, and that we felt it was important to get a little TLC from our board members, that we've felt a little neglected. And so Mr. Ayala came out, he listened to all the issues. We talked about specific board policies that we would like to see changed that we think would be beneficial, not just for Frisbee, but for the whole district. And it was very productive conversation, and Mr. Ayala has offered to come back again next week to finish that conversation. And we did have one little glitch, I guess. Some of the parents received 2 different times when they thought the meeting was going to start. And so I think the parent part, definitely, hopefully next week you'll see a better turnout. I think that there was a lot of confusion about what time and where to be. So having said that, the final thing I want to say is at the last meeting, I raised with you the issue of 8th grade promotion. And so I wanted to just share with you the first steps that I've taken. Last week, I was officially elected as the middle school director for REA. I will assume that position in August, but I'm not going to wait till August to get started on that. This is a big issue for the middle schools. So this afternoon on my lunch break, I sent out an email with a 1-question survey to all the middle schools in the district, asking the question, do you think it's a good idea to require a 2.0 GPA as a condition of participation in the 8th grade promotion ceremony? By the time I left to come here tonight, I had 135 responses. 128 of them responded yes. Only 7 of them said no. Tomorrow, and over the next couple of days, as the rest of the middle school teachers complete the survey, I will send the link with all of the results to all you board members and the superintendent so you can see for yourself. There's also a box on there for the teachers to comment. and you can read some of their personal comments about why they think it's a good idea or why they think there's an issue. And I think it's a beginning point for a conversation. One of the next steps, of course, will be surveying our parents, and I suspect you'll see similarly strong responses from our parents. And I'd like to share the preliminary results with you now. Thank you very much.
Sue Robertson.
Dr. Avila, board members, and most importantly, citizens of Rialto. My name is Sue Robertson, and I have been a member of the Rialto community for 21 years. I am here tonight because honor compels me to speak out as a member of this community. A great injustice has been done to our community by your decision to remove Akilana Osandaguiki as a principal of Frisbee Middle School. This decision seems to defy logic, not only to me, but to the many diverse people who have spoken to you at the last 2 school board meetings. After listening to the speakers at the last board meeting, I understand the rationale at work here. The speakers who spoke and supported this decision said, I quote, "We are the majority." And I quote, "Sometimes the pieces don't fit and have to be removed." That piece appears to be Mr. O, who is not Hispanic or a native Spanish speaker. This small group of activists seems to hold more power than the other parents in Rialto, who spend their time working and taking care of their children, not bending the ear of the superintendent. It is significant to note that our district administrators who are not native Spanish speakers are systematically being removed and replaced by native Spanish speakers. 3 of our 4 high school principals fit that bill. Look out, Mr. Sparks, get your resume ready. About half of our elementary principals fit this puzzle, but only 1 of our middle school principals fits. It will be interesting to see who is found to fill the piece of the puzzle that is left by Mr. O's absence. At the last board meeting, some amazing students received impressive awards. It is instructive for us all to note that the young woman who received the award for her German skills is Hispanic, taught by a blonde Caucasian woman from Iowa, whose last name is Martinez. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the real majority of Rialto. Parents whose #1 goal for this district is to provide the best possible education for their children, to give them the best possible preparation for success in a world where English is the predominant language. While parent input is important to this effort, the job of this school district is not to coddle parents and make them comfortable. It is to educate their children. I have a news flash. The Spanish Armada was sunk in the 16th century, and los conquistadores who brought the Spanish language to America are long gone. Like it or not, English is the official language of business, science, and academia the world over. When Chinese students come to UCLA, they do not expect the staff to be native Chinese speakers. They are proficient in English. One of my favorite things about being part of this community for the past 21 years is the rich diversity of the students, families, and staff here, who have rarely seemed to divide themselves by race or ethnic heritage. That seems to have come to an end thanks to the outsized influence of a small group of activists with a radical racial agenda. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream was that his 4 little children would one day be judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. It is sad to see that dream die here in Rialto.
Lorette Allen.
Good evening, it's me again.
Good evening.
I just want to thank Board Member O'Kelly, Ayala, and President Walker for recognizing the building problems at Frisbee. We did have a tremendous show out the next day. We came through and repaired the gas leaks. We got some new parts, which is wonderful. I still haven't found out what came through my classroom. I haven't got a response from risk management. What made me sick March 10th, I still like to know. Dr. Fox would still like to know. My voice is not well still. Mr. Montez, you spoke last meeting regarding student safety, and I believe you stated safety was our first priority, not education, but safety. Mr. Montez, this question is directed towards you. If RUSD is so concerned about student safety, then why is it a battle to get facilities repaired at school sites? Why did I work in a toxic building for almost 8 months before I got your attention? Why do we have ongoing sewage issues at Frisbee, Kolb, and Carter High School? The smell of raw sewage is prevalent on these campuses in the student and staff bathrooms. In the Frisbee library, the smell could be so horrific we cannot be in there. At Carter High School, why was raw sewage filling up the girls' locker room, adjacent staff offices, running by the speed line where food was served to students for days? Why were the Carter parents not notified of this health hazard? Why is the girls' locker room now still having concerns and has not been addressed for at least 4 months? Where is the urgency and the transparency? Did you know that the air around sewage backup can become infected, meaning simply breathing the hazardous waste can be dangerous? By inhaling the fumes, you put yourself at risk of contracting gastroenteritis, which is a virus found in human fecal waste. Students may also develop occupational asthma, which involves shortness of breath and tightening. Also, E. coli is something else you can get from being exposed to raw sewage, what ran there for months. Maintenance issues occur at the different district office also. Why does it take 3 months to get a leaky roof repaired and ceiling tiles replaced? It's acceptable for water to drip down on a director's desk? I don't think so. Evidently, there's a widespread problem in Rialto Unified when it pertains to building maintenance. So I'm asking you once again, what are the steps RUSD will be taking to ensure all students are safe on our campuses? Safety includes all facility concerns, but as we know, this includes security on campus also. So I just want to add that Frisbee still does not have any permanent security. Another area will continue to be put off and ignored. Why is everything such a battle? What policies will be implemented to ensure the facilities will be prepared in a timely manner with full and transparent communication? What policies will be emitted to ensure that students and staff are safe and secure on campuses at all times? I would appreciate some feedback, Mr. Montes.
Juan Rosas and Yadira Ortiz.
Excuse me. Hello, good evening. My name is Juan Rosas. I'm a teacher at Boyd, but I'm here with my wife, Yadira Ortiz, not as employee here, but also as a community member. My wife and I just recently opened a nonprofit organization called Border Angels, or Ángeles de la Frontera, here in Rialto, representing San Bernardino County. One of the goals within our mission is to do service and give back to our community as a whole. We are an extension of Border Angels San Diego, whose goal is to assist and bring awareness about the needs of the migrant community. We are here to briefly present ways to help the community and create community involvement, as well as enrich cultural diversity here at our district and our community neighbors. One of the first goals that we would like for you to consider is painting murals at Boyd Elementary, since that's where I am stationed at right now as a teacher, but also to beautify the school environment and perhaps schools in the future. We would make a call for local artists from our community to volunteer and paint murals at Boyd Elementary. Paints, brushes, and other materials will be provided by Border Angels, as well as the liability waivers will be provided by Border Angels organization. Another goal would be to donate clothing. We have had a great response from the community to donate clothing to our clothing tree here at Rialto Unified. And I've been in contact with, I believe her name is Mercedes at the district, and we are in the process of making that donation to the district as well. Third goal will be internship and workshop opportunities. This will be future voluntary internship opportunities will be provided or available for our students. Professional and educational workshops will be provided upon request to schools, K-12, staff, families, students, and this will be also done in English and in Spanish, and we have done these presentations in the past year at the district as well. Our fourth goal that we have for you guys to present is who we are. As I mentioned, we are here to raise awareness about who we are as Border Angels, or Ángeles de la Frontera. our San Bernardino chapter, and to raise, community involvement. We are here also to educate the undocumented community, as we have done in the past, and the general public about knowing their rights, deferred action for childhood arrivals or DACA, and opportunities about going to college as an undocumented student for both parents and students and staff as well. Provide new and gently used clothing to families from newborn to adults, and also to participate and involve the community in events with Border Angels San Diego.
Thank you.
Reagan Kelso Spells.
Hi, good evening, President, members of the board. My name is Reagan Spells. My heart is a little heavy as I sat here and I listened to some of the comments, because I sat in the back and I wrote out what I wanted to say, and I asked for God's words to come to me and knowing like what I needed to come across to you. And I think it's interesting what I chose, which was kind of one of my testimonies. I'm actually here speaking in support of Mr. O on behalf of my family and other families who oppose the decision to not keep Mr. O at Frisbee for whatever reason. So for my testimony, I have 3 kids. I have 2 at Frisbee and 1 in high school. And when my oldest attended Frisbee, he got in trouble. And it was a difficult time for our family because it was so unexpected. We didn't even know why or where this came from. And Mr. O gave my son his punishment, but he also gave him a pep talk and about learning from mistakes and moving forward. Mr. O held my son accountable, and he equally motivated him. Since my son has made honor roll a few times, he's enrolled in honors, and he plays basketball and runs track. And this lesson was collaborative. It was a collaborative effort from your teachers. It was my son's point of reference. Mr. O is my son's point of reference as to why he's doing so well in your district. Aside from our family, it was the support that we would think and what we would want from a community that involves parents, that involves teachers, that involves the principal. So it's unfortunate that it seems like there seems to be some disconnect between the school board and the Frisbee school site. You have a lot of parents and teachers who are crying out. There are a lot of parents who can't come for a lot of different reasons. It doesn't mean that they don't care about Mr. O not being there. Our students care. My son cried to me because he's afraid of Mr. O not being there. They love their principal. So his presence is needed on our campus, and that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Taliska Arthurton.
Thank you for allowing me this opportunity to speak on behalf of my son. I brought a picture of my young man because it makes a difference when we put a face to the words. So thank you for this time to allow me to advocate for my son, Brandon Arthurton. Greetings. My name is Taliska Arthurton, and I currently have 5 children enrolled in your district. Tonight, I am here to advocate for my preschooler. My issues of complaint is about accountability and consistency. I want to know, who is accountable? Who's going to stand up for my little guy? My son is thriving, and he really needs his speech services consistently so he can continue to thrive, so he may speak. Our special education department is in non-compliance and do not value my child. What is going on here? Who at this district meeting is going to stand up and advocate for my child? And I, as his parent, was disrespected at an IEP meeting by our very own special ed advocate, Excuse me, not the advocate. She was the supervisor. Now, I came here not to blast, because I don't feel that the very people that I'm asking for help, that I would demean, insult, or call you names. But what I ask for you to do is to hold those people accountable at the special education department. We need the director either to be removed or do her job. We need the supervisors to stand up, do their jobs, or be removed. I need that language speech pathologist to be consistent. I do not speak ill of her character because I like her. But if I think about like versus my son's services and being non-compliant, this is unacceptable. I am pleading with you. My son needs empowerment with his speech sessions. I believe in the RPAC department. Now, Dr. Avila, please listen to my voice as I speak for my children, for I am their greatest advocate. Will each of you
Thank you.
hold those accountable?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Christina O'Hanley.
Good evening, gentlemen and ladies. Nice to see you again. Three things. Mr. Ayala, thank you for being there for us today. I really am very grateful to you that you were there. Mr. Mohammed and Ms. Linda Miner, I'm very grateful that you continue with the touring program at Frisbee. And I'm very grateful that you did put up for the kids. And thirdly, I just want to read a letter that my husband wrote to you guys. What he thinks, and he agrees with me. Sir, can you pass it on? Give it to the superintendent, please. Let's talk about what you are looking for in your new next principal. Safety is the number one concern. So we are looking for a principal with a track of record for improving safety. We also be looking for someone who can engage and partner with parents in a productive way. We will certainly be searching for someone who can wisely deal with a multitude of problems with limited resources. And of course, we will want a responsible educator genuinely concerned with the welfare of the students. So what you are looking for is your new Mr. O, because he did all these things quite well. But will the next Mr. O be looking for you? When push came, we show, did you support him, or did you bow down to pressure and hidden agendas? Maybe the train has left the station, or maybe we can back it up and say the district expenses and travel of a costly search that is unlikely to lead to better situations that we have right now. That's what my husband and I think about. And lastly, I do want to keep pressuring. I know my time is up. I will give you a letter soon about what I want for a special ed, because our kids with ADHD and autism and any other disabilities, they need the help. We are crying for help. And I really asking for the teachers to get the training, the administrators, any member that get contact with our children, get to know how to identify, how to look with the ADHD kids. Because I'm sick and tired, the kids be put on the side and judge them as bad students, bad kids, and they go into their records, and that record follows them all the way to their lives. And they're not bad kids. They just have a problem, and ADHD kids every day have to be reminded, every day, over and over, the same thing. I do this thing every single day with my kids. Sometimes they forget where their socks are, and they need to remember where they are. So please, I'm begging you, get the training they need. Otherwise, you're going to keep seeing me here. Thank you.
Beatriz Gomez.
Good afternoon, members of the board, Dr. Avila. Hello, sorry. This situation really chokes me up. I'm very grateful at the school that we're at. We had a couple incidents this year with my daughter. So we are now at a new school site, and they've been very, at where we're at now at Garcia, our administrator had been very welcoming. I have no complaints of our principal or vice principal. But what happened today, I don't know who to blame. My daughter, I took her to lunch today. She's in a wheelchair. And all she wanted was to eat with her peers. And there was an incident before where the kids, kids are kids, she's sitting by the edge of the table. And so we saw that that was not a good idea because the kids, like I said, they're going to run out to the playground, and they were, accidentally bumping into her. So we came out with the solution that they were going to accommodate for her. So today we go to lunch, and the custodian, Jacob Werner, was there, and he totally ignored one of the lunch ladies. I was asking for help to accommodate for my daughter. And what he did, he just ignored the situation. He left to the office and did nothing. So my daughter, we felt discriminated. She felt, she felt different, and so we weren't able to have lunch because they didn't accommodate. Now, like I said, I don't complain about administrations. I feel like they've done their job, to try to tell the employees what they have to do. But, sometimes I guess they can't control what their actions are. But like I said, I'm here to complain, and I don't think that was wrong. I mean, if I go to another, out somewhere, I have strangers opening the door, without saying, I'm not going to open the door. You're not my family member. And so I feel like this custodian, they talk very highly of him, but I think that he showed the real person that he is. I don't think, if it was his job or not his job. I mean, my daughter is one of their students from that school, and it's very disappointing for me. And like I said, the principal said she was going to take care of it, but I feel like I still need to come in and speak in regards that it's not right.
Thank you. That's all we have.
Next, we'll have public comments on agenda items. Any person wishing to speak on any item on the agenda will be granted 3 minutes.
We might have one more on the, not on agenda.
I filled my request and I put it in the box where it's supposed to go.
Oh, can somebody out there to check the box? Just a moment. In the meantime, ma'am? Yes, go ahead. If we don't find your request, I'm going to find you. You got to give me 3 minutes.
Bueno, mi nombre es Claudia Cuevas. Muy buenas noches.
Good evening, my name is Claudia Cuevas.
Y vengo en representación de Frisbee, Eisenhower y Mayer.
And I'm here representing Frisbee, Eisenhower, and Meyer.
Bueno, mi descontento aquí es, venimos porque bueno, para mí se está haciendo una injusticia.
Our discontent here tonight is that for me, there's been an injustice that's been committed.
Porque se está hablando muy mal de una persona que no puede defenderse.
Because they're speaking very ill of a person who cannot defend his or herself.
Y lo digo porque tuvimos una junta con el Superintendente Ávila.
And I say it because we had a meeting with the Superintendent Avila.
En la César Chávez.
At Cesar Chavez.
Y lo que pasó ahí que lo atacaron personas que ni siquiera eran de nuestra escuela.
And what happened there that he was attacked by people who didn't even belong to our school.
Hablaron muy mal de él.
They spoke very ill of him.
Racismo.
Racism.
Que era bueno el cambio.
That it was a good change.
Sin saber de la persona que estaban hablando.
Without knowing the person that they were speaking about.
Atacaban a los papás de la Frisbee diciendo el cambio es bueno.
They were attacking people or the parents from Frisbee saying change is good.
Y lo que pasó que los papás de Frisbee nos molestamos mucho porque era junta de padres de Frisbee.
And what happened is that we, the parents at Frisbee, became very angry because that was a meeting for Frisbee parents.
Y preguntamos que ellas por qué hablaban mal de una persona que no conocían.
And we asked why were they speaking ill of a person they did not know.
Yo invité al señor Ávila que invitara a todos ustedes a ir a visitar nuestra escuela.
I invited Mr. Avila to invite all of you to come and visit our school.
Que fueran de sorpresa, que no nos avisaran para que vieran la gran persona que tenemos como director.
To come and do a surprise visit. So do not let us know so that you can really see the great person that we have as a director.
Nos reciben las mañanas a los padres de familia que vamos a estudiar inglés.
He receives us in the mornings, the parents who come to study English.
Les da la bienvenida a todos los niños dándoles un give me five.
He welcomes every children in the mornings, giving them a high five.
Junta basura que no es su trabajo.
Picks up trash, which is not his job.
Pelea si él va hasta la esquina o dos esquinas para separar e informarse de lo que está pasando con los alumnos.
And he fights to go up to the corner or the next corner to find out what it is that's going on with the students.
Él nos dijo muy claramente que no necesitaba que lo defendiéramos, que él estaba bien.
He told us clearly that he didn't need for us to defend him, that he was fine.
Pero yo vengo a defender a una persona buena.
But I come to defend a good person.
Que tengo 5 años de conocerlo porque mi niño salió de ahí.
Whom I've known for 5 years because my child came out of there. He came out with good grades.
Y mi niña que está aquí presente está ahí. Regresamos a Frisbee.
And my daughter who's here present is there. We're back to Frisbee.
Yo venía a hablar de otro problema que estoy hablando que quiero, que después voy a volver a venir porque quiero para los niños especiales también. Ese era mi punto a tratar. Pero con todo esto tiene prioridad el director.
I was actually here to speak on another matter that I want to be fixed for special education children and needs that they have. But this is an entirely different matter, and I had to speak about it. And I invite you.
Los invito a que vayan.
I invite you to come.
Y nos visiten y conozcan realmente qué persona tenemos como
And
director.
visit us and really get to know what person we do have as a principal.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
That is all.
Okay. Did we find her slip?
Rosie, did we find the slip?
Can we just, to fill out another slip, just so we have your name and everything to follow up? So just fill out a slip and make sure we get a copy of it. Thank you. Okay, now we will have public comments on agenda items. Any person wishing to speak on any item on the agenda will be granted 3 minutes.
We have one.
And we
Russell
have-
Silva.
Good evening, board members.
Good evening.
Administration and viewing audience. My name is Russell Silva. I'm here to speak about several items. One of them is reference H51, the agreement with, I think it's DOS or Boss Graphics. I understand, I don't disclaim or disapprove of what we're doing here because I totally agree with the statement that's here that you need to enhance the school climate and the school spirit. I'm 100% for that. I'm not against it at all. However, when Rialto High School did theirs, they did it from within. Debbie Mount was the one that did the design work, and she used her students to do the artwork. And I'm wondering, why aren't we doing the same thing here? It would save, maybe it wouldn't save the full $13,000, but it would save a lot of money. Because we still would have to pay for the materials to do the graphics work. And secondly, are we going to review what's going to be put on this mural? Because we have several other schools that have murals on them that show the climate of the school, and it looks more like graffiti than art. And so I want to understand are we going to clearly control this as to what's going to be going on there? Not that I don't want to have the kids involved with it, but we really need to be particular on what goes on this because we're not just going to be putting a sign out there for the students, we're going to be putting a sign out there for the public. And Avid made, in their Avid presentation, they were making comments about doing programs in which the students were returning to the community. This is a great program that would help the art students return not to the community, but to their student, their class as well, and their campus. And my second one is on reference H91, the Cal cards. I understand that we need, this is going to be a way to circumvent situations or circumvent issues when we're booking things, and we don't have to deal with who's paying for what and when am I going to get reimbursed and all this kind of stuff. It just easily gets done. But are we going to control this? Because the past administration really took advantage of a situation like this. And I just want to be, I'm very leery, not to say that we don't have that under great control now, but I'm just very leery about opening up this gate again. So just a statement, just me throwing it out there. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's all.
Okay, next we'll have comments from Association Executive Board members, Rialto Education Association, REA.
I don't think she's here.
No?
Lisa's not here.
Oh, and I'm just waiting for somebody to run down the hallway. Okay, next we'll have California School Employees Association, CSEA. Oh, there she is.
Good evening, President Walker.
Good evening.
School Board. My name is Raquel Torres, and I am President of the California School Employees Association. On Thursday, April 27th, I had the pleasure to attend the 2017 Spring Awards, which was held at the Edwanda Gardens. Our current board president, Dina Walker, she received one of 6 awards for Education Medal of Honor for her Blue Educational Foundation. Congratulations for that. And our superintendent, Dr. Avila, he received the 2017 Distinguished Service Award for Excellence in Education. And congratulations to you. I was glad to be there to observe, and it was very nice. It was a very nice event, my first time there, and I look forward to working under your leadership. Have a good night.
Thank you. Next we'll have Communications Workers of America. There we go.
Good evening, President Walker and
Good evening.
Superintendent Avila. I've only got a couple things to say. I went to the Ritz, and I will say that you guys outbid me because I ended up not getting anything, even though I went in and raised my prices a couple of times. So I sure hope that it was a very successful year for you folks. And next year I will try to do better about getting something. And that's all I've got to say. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Rialto School Managers Association, RSMA? No? Okay, next we'll move to comments from the superintendent.
Thank you, President Walker. And May is a month of honoring public education locally and worldwide. In our district, we commemorate the week of May 8th, it is National Teacher Appreciation Week. And of course, May 10th is Day of the Teacher and also National School Nurses Day. At the May 17 board meeting, I will list other weeks in May that we commemorate, for example, Classified and Administrators Week. But for now, I do want to say a big thank you to all of our wonderful, dedicated teachers who are closest to the students and live in their hearts, in the hearts of many of them long after our students leave our education system. You are appreciated more than you know. And moving on to district events, it has been a very hectic but celebratory past couple of weeks. Big thank you and congratulations to our student performers at this year's Ritz. And for those of you who did not join us or were not able to join us, you missed a dazzling of talent, which, by the way, included some of the most talented Ritz cracker eaters west of the Mississippi. And thanks to the Ritz committee for helping raise $8,000 in ticket sales and donations and a record-setting $5,193 in the silent auction basket. Thank you so much for all the work that you did. And know that all those funds will be directed back to the classroom in the form of donations, scholarships, grants for those teachers who applied for them. Big congratulations to the Kiwanis Students of the Year from each of our 3 traditional high schools, Carter High School, Alan Daniel Romero Solorzano, and Caitlin Brantley. Eisenhower High School, Z. Wang and Coraima Wante Gonzalez, and Rialto High School, Cameron Tropez. Congratulations on being selected the Kiwanis Students of the Year. Congratulations to this year's art fair winners. A lot of art displayed in our West Wing over the past couple of weeks. It's amazing the talent that our kids have, and a big thank you to all of the teachers who have guided and helped hone those skills that our kids have displayed for us. Thank you to Beth Curtis and Camille Jackson and all the VAPA teachers for doing an amazing job in coordinating that wonderful event. Also, congratulations to Jasmine Valenzuela and the rest of the team for organizing our Footsteps to Brilliance kickoff last week at Garcia Elementary. And as you may or may not know, Footsteps to Brilliance is a marquee component of our district's literacy initiative that is computer-based and allows students to quickly become literate while having fun, as the program is gamified and is available in both English and Spanish. Also, big congratulations to the district team led by Dr. D'Souza and Brian Montes for leading our district in obtaining a state Green Ribbon Award, level gold. There are 3 different levels of the award: the bronze, silver, and the gold. The district was awarded a gold and becoming the first district in the county to receive such an award. And congratulations to the team from Casey Elementary School for leading the school in obtaining a state Green Ribbon Award, level silver, and becoming one of only 2 schools in the county to receive such an award this year. A couple of upcoming events, you've heard at least one of them mentioned. So May 5th, Eubanks Elementary School is having its Cinco de Mayo celebration beginning at 5 o'clock. On May 10th, 9 a.m., we have the Frisbee Middle School tree planting ceremony in the quad area. Frisbee teacher Mr. Tobin Brinkler and our ground supervisor Brian Montes are coordinating this beautification effort. Thank you, Mr. Brinker, for taking the lead. Also, May 15th, we will be having our district's Latino Heritage Celebration at Rialto Middle School from 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. in the multipurpose room. And our RUSD alumnus spotlight comes from Carter High School. Angelica Hope Younger graduated from Carter High School in 2009, graduated from Cal State San Bernardino in 2013 with a BA in kinesiology, concentrating in physical therapy. And she will graduate from USC with a master's in social work on May 12th and plans to join the workforce this fall in the field of social work. So Angelica, congratulations and good luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you. Next, we'll have comments from the Board of Education, and if we can start with Board Member Ayala. Oh, I'm on autopilot. We'll start with our school board member, student member, Juwan Collier.
Thank you, President Walker. I'll be quick. I want to first say the Ritz was fantastic. Me going my first time, seeing something like that with the students was actually really nice to see. Something that I'll come back and watch. With that, we have, counted today, 13 days left of school. And we'll be out of here. So we're looking forward to that. And next time I see you guys, it'll be, what, the second to last day of school? So. Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Board Member Ayala.
Thank you, President Walker. First of all, I would like to commend the staff at Frisbee for their welcome and their openness, as well as to the parents for their communication and for the opportunity to give us time to try to resolve some of those issues. And when I say us, I'm talking the school board here, the members of the board and the superintendent. After listening to many of the concerns, a lot of the requests, as time will play out, are very doable, but we're going to need some time. And but I feel confident that this board here, okay, because it's a caring board, will find some way to compromise to make things work in a favorable direction. So we'll just leave it at that. One of the key words here is empathy. You know, we care, and you know the outcomes concern us, and we want a community that's healthy. And with that being said, you know, there's 3 types of government. There's the autocratic, and you know how that works in some communities and some countries. Statues usually go down. Then you have a democratic And those decisions, they take a little longer to make, but usually those decisions are decisions that everybody can live with. But you also have the other type of government that has laissez-faire. And laissez-faire is you give people, I guess you could say, enough rope to hang themselves. Maybe that's the wrong choice of words, but laissez-faire is where you get a lot of innovation, you got a lot of creativity. Doesn't always work in all the communities. So what are our choices here? I think a good one for our community is a democracy here, where we all share input. And I think it's been written and said that we believe in participatory management. With that being said, though, sometimes we have to take the responsibility and the lead at the top, okay? And the best way I can summarize that is if you're in a boat and the boat, you know, you're comfortable in the boat, but there's somebody drowning outside the boat, you got two choices. You're either going to give them the arm to save them, or you're going to give them the oar. I caution people because these are your careers, these are your jobs. Maybe you didn't create the problems, but ultimately, if you're in a supervisory position, just like us board members, admin, they're responsible for the masses and for their subordinates. Can't say much more on this other than the fact that I want to thank everybody for welcoming me again and making me feel comfortable. We will do a follow-up meeting next Wednesday with the staff at Frisbee and the parents. And hopefully maybe I can get another board member. Can't have three. Three would be awkward unless we have a whole board meeting there. And we can have it right here just as well. So try to be patient with us. I know these concerns are real, and we're not taking them for granted. We're going to do our best to resolve as many as we can. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Board Member O'Kelly?
Yes. Well, it's been a busy couple of weeks since the last board meeting. For Frisbee, I am very happy that your physical issues with the building are being addressed, and hopefully we're hiring professionals to come in and take care of those issues. So hopefully there won't be any continuance of any health hazards or anything like that. We definitely want our schools to be healthy and safe places for our staff and our students. After the last board meeting, first of all, the Ritz was fantastic as always, and I wish I didn't have to leave early that night, but I did. But I make it every year and never can wait until the following year. It's, like America's Got Talent. It's like Rialto's Got Talent, at all age levels, elementary, middle, and high school. And it's so wonderful to watch the kids perform. 4 of us attended a meeting with the San Bernardino Community College District Board members and their feeder high school boards of trustees. And it was a very interesting session. I really liked what we were working on. We worked in groups, and the topic was, how do we provide students the knowledge and support for college access, motivation, and discipline for completion and career options? So each group came up with a lot of really excellent suggestions, and the thought was developed to hold a town hall meeting with current college students and current high school students, where the college students can discuss some of the challenges and barriers that they encountered in getting into college and how they resolved them and made it in, and so on and so forth. So I think that will be a very interesting meeting coming up, hopefully sometime in the near future. Next, I attended the kickoff for the Footsteps to Brilliance program at Garcia Elementary School. This was a wonderful event, which provided a lot of valuable information to parents and community members. The parents had the opportunity to visit classrooms and actually observe the students using the Footsteps to Brilliance app on their iPads. The program is extremely impressive, and our students will greatly benefit from it. It is also free for all parents who reside in the RUSD boundaries, and we urge all parents to sign up for the app if they have a child in preschool, kindergarten, first, second, or third grade. Those are the grades that we will be using the program in. The whole idea is to make sure, as Mrs. Valenzuela said earlier, that our kids are reading at grade level by third grade. If they are not, it leads to dropouts. It leads to the school to prison pipeline. It leads to a lot of very negative things for the kids. So much depends on, in their futures, on being able to read at grade level by third grade. And that is the, what